the first thing they sort of talk about, and the documentary filmmaker who appeared to have made the film, and who kind of like narrates the film, I did not like his voice, but that's a personal issue, not anything to do with him.
Wow.
But one of the first things he talks about is how he grew up loving the ocean and fell in love with the ocean and decided he wanted to do something about it. And then as he did more research, sort of was faced with more the reality of the oceans and like how much trouble they're in. Yeah. And I wrote this down because I can relate, and I'm sure many marine biologists and ocean conservationists can, in that it's pretty common, I feel like, within the field of work that we're in to have really high highs and really low lows, and to one day have this amazing experience where you see an animal you've always wanted to see in the wild, and then the next you're hearing about how everybody's killing said animal, you know?
Yeah.
So, I just felt like I could really relate to his perspective of kind of this like hopelessness, I guess. It's really easy, I feel like, as conservationists to kind of get to this point where you're like, there's no point, you know, like it's worthless, there's no point. I don't know if you saw Maddie Sinclair, Mads Ocean just posted kind of a short film a little bit ago, and she talks about this same sort of phenomenon where as conservationists, you go from having these amazing experiences to these really sort of heart-wrenching realities of what's happening in our ocean. It's really easy to sort of be discouraged where one moment, and at least for me, I feel like this with sharks in particular, just with the ocean in general, one moment you are like, I'm going to fight as hard as I can. I'm going to do everything possible. And then the next moment you're like, why do I even try? There's no point. The Earth's going to die in 10 years anyway. So,
yeah.
I just thought it was interesting that was sort of how the documentary opened up, just because I felt like I could relate to it a lot.
Yeah, it does really good getting you invested in that from the get-go.